a button. Brilliant. So if you're not happy, then obviously you can turn your camera off. But if you are willing to join us, it'd be lovely. Great, and I will multitask at the same time. So welcome everybody. This is our final Made with Glove workshop, and all thanks to the National Lottery here in the UK. They're offering some funding, community funding, to help encourage community connection, and we've all felt so isolated. So it's been a real joy to offer origami as a way of bringing connection. And thanks to the Oxfordshire Library as well. I was running events there and there were so many people. It was so lovely, and we just felt so sad that that was over. So we realised we could do things online, and I'm very much hope that we will find a way to offer plenty more things in future. So do watch this space. Think more things will happen. And as mentioned, every week, for now, I'm still recording a fold on my YouTube channel. If you just look up my name on YouTube, and a live fold every Wednesday at 2. So there's plenty still happening, and also feel free to share what you do. So Made with Glove, and also just to mention, amazingly, we got 25,000 of these origami inspiration leaflets printed. So they're colourful, and we sent them to hospitals all over the UK. So 25,000. So for both patients and for staff. And yeah, so lots and lots have happened, and I'm sure lots more will happen too. So this, I thought we could celebrate spring. I'm just going to give you a flavour for what I thought I could offer and see what you thought. I thought maybe we could make ourselves some beautiful cherry blossom. I have been making them, putting them up in my windows. You could do it with tissue paper or just normal paper. It's also really lovely for making cards. You can just put some glue on the back and sticking that on. So it's a really nice thing to do. Cherry blossom, very special in Japan. It's about that kind of transience, celebrate the moment. I think that's always beautiful. So I thought we could do that. Then definitely the chicken that lays an egg. I kid you not. From an amazing Hungarian designer. We'll see if, oh, did you see? An egg shot out. It's so fast, but an egg can actually fall through. So you never know when it's going to lay, but that's something that we're going to make. So chicken and an egg. Depending on time, hopefully we may make a love knot, which I've been really enjoying making love knots and finding you can build with them as well. I thought it's a bit like a hug, that one. I've been building strange things with love knots. If we have time, we probably won't do all of this. I could maybe show you how to make a complete circle as well, which is something that I've discovered. It's actually quite simple. So we'll see what we have time for. So I am going to make myself spotlight for everyone. So hopefully now you can see me a little bit more easily. So shall we make some cherry blossom first of all? So if you grab yourself some paper, and if you can also grab yourself some scissors too, because as mentioned, we're going to do some cutting as well. So origami and kirigami. Origami means paper folding, kirigami means cutting, and as I mentioned, I found this amongst my stuff, a little tiny tree from Tokyo, and it involves cutting. So grab something to press on. Piece of paper, and you can, you feel free to ask me questions and things, or unmute yourself if you need help, but otherwise I'm going to keep it quiet. So first of all, we're going to make a square. That's the usual. I'm doing a bit of multitasking at the same time. So the corner, I'm bringing it over to the edge. Hopefully you've got familiar with this. I think quite a lot of you have been doing this. You may make this tiny, you may make this big, it's up to you. We're just going to make a cherry blossom. We're going to first of all actually learn how to make a pentagon, which is something I love doing. I was doing lots of stars over Christmas, so I realised, well, it would be possible to make a pentagon to then make cherry blossom. So I've made a triangle, and next we'll remove the rectangle. Oh wow, you have cherry blossom paper there from Alexa. That's pretty cool. Oh, cherry blossom within cherry blossom. Going to remove the rectangle. Another thing I could show you is I've been designing a origami syringe, celebrating the hope of vaccines. but you probably want to do prettier things, I would guess. And then removing that rectangle. I'm doing mine very big just so I can show you easily. Right, so what I want you to do next is take your square and fold it in half to make a rectangle. There we go. Lovely. So our next step, so it's almost like a sort of card up there, is I'm going to then fold it in half again. So I will hopefully going fairly slow, but do say if it's not making sense or you need me to repeat anything, because I don't want people left behind. It's that series of steps, isn't it? Oh, yeah. So, oh, honey, yes, the leaflets. So from the lottery, we had funding to make 5,000.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Oh, how are you doing? Anybody need help there? Yashini, how are you?
Ma'am, are you going to fold the square paper?
That's right. That's right. So you're square and fold it in half to make a rectangle.
Yes.
That's it. Yep. Thank you. And then what we're going to do is we're actually going to do a cross on just one side. So if we take the corner and fold it up, I might have to bring this down. Yeah, so with the National Lottery, we had funding to work with an amazing designer to create 5,000 leaflets. But we suddenly thought we could offer to, it's for a few hospitals, we could offer to other hospitals, but we might need a little bit of their charity funding, which they did. So it brought it up to 25,000. So we've done a diagonal there. And we're going to take this corner over there. So we're just wanting to make a cross basically on one side of your rectangle. So like that. So we've got a cross over there. So it's mostly gone to hospitals, to thinking of staff and to patients, again showing how to fold from just A4 paper, and sometimes to community groups as well, all sorts of things, hospices, all sorts of places. Yeah, I know 25,000 is a lot, isn't it? That's pretty brilliant. So hopefully, have you all got something that looks like that? Yeah, great. So we're going to make sure you have it the right way around. As you see, I've got mine loose at the top. Otherwise, your pentagon will fall in half. I've had that live on YouTube. I'm going to take this corner and I'm going to bring it to the middle of the cross. So I'm taking that corner down here and I'm going to aim to the middle of that cross. And yeah, just thinking of cherry blossom. I hope you've been outside and been able to see some cherry blossom. It's so fleeting. It really is. Like, go and enjoy it when you see it. So it's loose at the top because otherwise you're, yeah. Everybody happy? Yep, great. Excellent. And we're going to take this line and bring it to the outside there. So it's a strange old shape, I know. Let me see what I'm doing. So it's to the middle of the cross. I'm now bringing it to this line. I just love making a pentagon. It's a very curious series of steps. Like that. Great, lovely. Now we're going to take this line and bring it to match here. So, sorry, I keep twisting the paper around. It's more that I end up wanting to show it in a way that I can physically do it. So it's taking the outside line and matching it up there.
Ma'am.
Hello. How are you getting on? I'm sorry, it's quite a series of
Once again, after this
yep. So you've got your square there. So what you need to do is take the bottom corner and bring it over there. Yeah. Also, actually, most of these things are already I've got them as YouTube videos. So if you're finding that you're not able to do it in this time, you can always look on there. So if you look under Dr. Lizzie Burns on YouTube, you'll find it. And then if you bring it back to the outside. But this is definitely, oh, well done, Stuart's house. Otherwise, Yashini, have a look online. You'll be able to do it that way. So be patient with yourself. Yeah. And then we're going to take this side and bringing it here. Also, if you find that you kind of lose track, hey, you might be inventing something new. I thoroughly recommend that. So not to worry. So it should look like this. As I said, it is online. So I'm keen that we all keep together so we can get as much done, hopefully, as we can. So as it is, now fold it back so that it all matches up. And I always think it looks like a kind of an ice cream with a little wafer at the top now. Oh, what a series of steps. This is how you make a pentagon. Next, you're going to need your scissors. Origami. Here we come. So hopefully for those of you who are managing, but it is online as well. So just consider you're learning as you go along, which is what we're all doing. So to make our pentagon, there is a pentagon underneath it. We need to just cut along this line. I might need to see what I'm doing. There we go. So it's like this. We're almost there. The cutting is the really easy bit. Lovely. Yes. Margaret, get it back together again. But it is a pentagon, isn't it? That's lovely. So keep it folded or fold it back up again. Thank you, Margaret. Excellent. So to make it look like a cherry blossom, we're going to do a cut which kind of smooths off this area. Let me see. So I am you're going to need quite good scissors. Something like that. Can you see? Oh, we're going to get lots of bits of paper. So it was like that, and I cut it nice, smooth bit. If it's not smooth, you can always get lots of bits of paper. All right. So that's the kind of outside of your petal. Now you probably want it to dip in a little bit as well. So this top tip, you can kind of slightly smooth off as well. I love it. It's a little bit like the snowflakes. It'll be unique. Again, curling that round there. And then just one more cut, which is the middle of the flower. Sorry, I know I keep on moving the direction all the time, don't I, my paper? But it's basically the end of it. Now, if you cut it flat across, it would just be a circle. It looks better if you do it at an angle because it will make a little star, which actually, if you look at a cherry blossom, they do have a star in the middle. So can you see I'm doing it at an angle? Like that. Hey. So I chopped it off at an angle. Hopefully we've made a cherry blossom. See if you can open it up. Moment of truth. Fantastic. Amazing. Yay. Lovely. Oh, wow, Margaret, you did too. Lovely. Oh, Katie, that looks lovely. Alan, brilliant. Deborah, lovely. And they're so unique, aren't they? Oh, wow. Yashini, well done. You got there. Excellent. Three. Oh, it feels like the blossom is happening all around us. That's wonderful. And yeah, they make nice cards, decorations, put them up in the window, share that it's spring, that it really celebrates hope, doesn't it? Wow, fantastic. Thank you so much for showing me your cherry blossom. Beautiful. Now, I thought maybe the next thing we could do, which I think will be a lot of fun, is to make a wonderful chicken that lays an egg. I'll see if I can get the egg to lay. So this has been designed by an amazing Hungarian origamist. So a woman, Susanna Kriskovics. I hope I've pronounced that right, or at least I've tried. Big thanks to her for she gave us the go ahead that this would be lovely to share. So it seems like a really good one for Easter. I'm going to try to show you. You'll have to watch very well, but there's basically a little egg that slides in, and then you you never quite know when it's going to pop out. So you'll make this lovely chicken, and it will sort of, it can also sit there, and then you can surprise someone and go, it will lay an egg. So it's just one piece of paper, and again, it will involve a bit of cutting, which apparently is inspired by traditional fold. Everything's inspired by the traditional. I think we should always be thanking the traditional people, things that people have loved, they've passed on. So again, piece of paper. I do this at least a square from half, if not the whole piece of paper. Start big. You could also draw on it as well, make it into your own proper little chicken. Like imagine Honey, you could do amazing things with this chicken. Yes, little feathers. And so we're going to make first of all a square. So again, I'm going big because it will be good for me to show you that way. But with whatever paper you've got, maybe you have got origami paper. It's up to you. If you've got two-sided, you can have this nice two-sided effect. It's up to you. Right, so I'm going to make a square. There's a few steps for this, so I'm definitely keen we get this done. Wow, it's your first origami, Susan. That's amazing. I've probably plunged you into the deep end here, but it's, you know what, that's fun, and we're doing it together. So going to remove the rectangle again, so pulling it back. And you'll find, Susan, that I've been recording a fold every week since last March, and a live fold every Wednesday at 2. So there's effectively a big library of folds. So anything you fancy doing there, you can hopefully see what takes your fancy. They're often quite around the sort of time of year. I try to do that, thinking about, because in many ways it's quite hard to mark time, isn't it, at the moment? So I've been trying to choose folds that feel like the right time. So I've done a diagonal. We're going to do the other diagonal. So one diagonal and then the other one. And hopefully just going slowly makes it relaxing. And when you're adding your fold, you're letting out a little bit of tension. So yeah, some of actually the most beautiful looking origami involves maybe less sharp folds. Sometimes it can be more sort of sculptural, but I have to say I enjoy the folds because it really relaxes me. It's often about how it makes you feel. So great, you've done both diagonals, and if you turn it over and then do that, looks like a tent, we'll do a horizontal and a vertical. Lots of pieces of origami start off this way. There are names for these different ones called bases, but I always find them a bit confusing, a bit hard to remember, and I don't think you need to remember, although I suppose it's easy to refer to then. But it always made me feel as if I didn't know what I was doing if people said names I didn't understand. So hopefully, lovely. Oh, brilliant. Excellent. Oh. So we've got a sort of a square. Hopefully you can push the bits together and it forms a square. Now, if it's a triangle, let me know, because I can explain how to change that. If it is a triangle, it'll be like this, in which case, if it's a triangle, then turn it over, pop your fingers underneath the middle and it pops.
Excuse me, sorry.
Yes.
I think I missed a bit. I've only got it like that at the moment.
Oh, that's it.
Could
Yep.
you just go
Great,
back a bit?
Susan. So
Sorry.
you've done your diagonals, turn it over.
Turn it over, yeah.
And do your horizontal and your vertical.
How do you mean, sorry?
So I will show you. So I had already done my diagonals.
Yes.
I turned it over.
Excuse me.
Hang on, we'll just help with Susan first. We'll do a horizontal and then a vertical. So Susan.
Horizontal
Yes.
and vertical. Oh, right. Okay,
Maria?
I'm with you. Horizontal.
You got that? How can I help, Ariel?
And
one of my cousins wants to join.
then a vertical.
Yes. Very welcome to join. It's for
No,
all the
she's-
family.
She's waiting
that
from
not-
Sweden. Can you approve her?
She's waiting from Sweden. Can you approve her?
Yes, of course, yes. Hopefully it'll show up when, oh, is there anyone in a waiting room? Let me just check. Okay, oh, sorry, there's lots of people waiting. Oh, just realised that quite a few people have been, so we might have to go through that first start. Oh, thank you for mentioning that. It's when I have a chat up, I don't always see all of the people who are trying to join. Oh, welcome everybody. I'm really sorry. I've just realised that you were all waiting for ages and I didn't see you. I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. Welcome everybody. Sorry, Annette. I didn't realise you were all there waiting. Well, we've made one piece of cherry blossom. We're about to start a chicken that lays an egg. So we will just run through the start of that. So if you can make yourself a square, so the usual thing is paper, if you take a corner and fold it over. Hello, Kristen. Lovely to see. I'm so sorry. You were all waiting for ages, weren't you? Thankfully, Fariel spoke up and said that others were waiting. So basically making a square. So you just take a corner and fold it over so it lines up and then remove a rectangle. So hopefully you end up with a square with a diagonal. Ignore the other lines for now. Thank you, Fariel. I'm very grateful you spoke up. Lots
You're
of people
welcome.
were waiting, weren't they? Well, we will still manage to get a chicken and an egg done. So which comes first? I don't know. So you've done hopefully a diagonal line. Open it up and do your other diagonal line. So for these, this is just helping to catch up for those who have just joined. So you've done both diagonal lines. And then, are you all okay with that? Do shout up if you're not. So, hello Lucy. So if you do both your diagonal lines, and then after that, turn it over, and we'll do a horizontal and a vertical. Then we'll all be together. Then we can go back to the chicken.
Are you making the chicken or the egg first?
We're going to make the chicken first.
Right.
So yes, it seems like the chicken came first. So we do both the horizontal and the vertical. And it's evening, isn't it, for you, Kristen? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
What time is it there? Australia?
It's 9:26 p.m. in Australia.
Oh, that's okay. Not too late.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's not too late.
So you can hopefully push it all together to make a square. If there's anyone who's got a triangle, shout up and I can explain how to change it. Are you okay there, Yoshini? Is it? If it's a triangle, pop your finger underneath the. So, yeah. So at the moment you've got it as a triangle. Turn it upside down so the triangle bit's facing down. Pop your finger underneath the middle and push up, and it pops. Yes, and then you can push all the bits together and it then forms a square.
Yes.
Right. So yes, so this chicken and egg comes from Susanna Kriskovics. I hope that's right, from Hungary. So we're going to take top. So we've got loose ends at the top, and we're going to take the top down to the bottom, like so. This is reminding me a bit of the boat. I don't know if it reminds you a bit of a boat here. Here we go, go carefully. That's right, just take your time. Enjoy adding those folds. So we've done it to one side and then turn to the back, and the same thing. That top square, bringing it down. That's right, and squashing it down. like so. Happy? Yep. Great. So our next step is to sort of almost turn over a new leaf, turn over a page to make it smooth. And do the same thing at the back. Oh wow, gold foil origami, that sounds lovely. Guys, it's going to be gold chicken. What a great idea. Golden egg from a golden chicken. And then the same thing, turn the page. Wow, looking forward to seeing that. Oh, it might be quite interesting to draw on as well, because it will sort of engrave it, won't it? Yeah, very interesting. You can get all sorts of fancy papers. I'm just showing you from plain. So, oh, the last turn of the page, sorry. So it was like this at the front and back. All I did was I turned a page to make it smooth. And you do that at the front and back. That was just a quick recap. Someone now asking for that. Right, so our next step is to take this diagonal and we're going to take it to the middle line. I may need to get this on a board so I can see what I'm doing. So it's that outside line, I'm bringing it to the middle. Again, take your time. It's what should make it relaxing. It's looking a little bit off. Great thing is with paper, you could always reposition it. So I took the outside and I brought it to the middle line, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So if they meet. So again, taking it there, bring it to the middle line. And you're going to do that on the back as well. So it should look like that. So it was on the smooth side, and I took that top diagonal and I brought it to the middle. You should be able to tell whether it's working because it will look like this. And again, bringing that to the middle. There we go. And then turning it round to the back. That's also smooth. Oh, she says it's also smooth. Take the diagonal side and bring it to the middle vertical line. So actually, this is the video which I've just released today, actually. So again, if you find, you know, that you do at some point get lost, hopefully not, but if you did, you will be able to sort it out. Again, this side and bring it to the middle line. So it should hopefully be looking like this on the front and the back. Great. So yeah, coming along well. Well done. I know there's quite a few steps in this. It's worth it though, isn't it? Everyone needs a chicken that lays an egg. We're going to now just turn a page again. So it's again like getting to a smooth side, and the same with the back as well. So just turning a page until it's sort of smooth, although actually you can see there's two halves to it. So it's really, you can see it's really taking form, that it will become your chicken this way. Right, so hopefully you've got these two sort of separate bits there. Maybe if we work on the tail first of all. So it's kind of got like a little curved around tail, like a little bob sort of tail there. So we're going to, with animals, there's always a little bit of variation, so that's all right. Quite forgiving really, and makes things unique. So we're going to take one of these and we're going to bring it down to start making a tail. So it is a bit of a guesstimate, something like that. I sort of brought it down. We're working on the tail, not the head. So it was up there and I sort of pushed it down in the middle so it goes inwards. I think it's got a reverse fold or something, I don't know. So I try to avoid the language. That's it. So it's looking something like this. Now, at the moment, this tail is sticking out quite a way. So we can open it up and just take that point and tucking it inside. So it was sticking out like this, and I opened it up. This is showing it from the inside, and I'm bringing that point inwards to meet where the line was. And hopefully, going back to the sideways, you can sort of close it up, and you're left with
Then
something
can
like
you
this.
do the tail once again?
How are you doing?
Tail part.
How's it going, Ishini?
I'm not
That's it.
folded yet.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So pushing it down. Yep, you've done the right thing there. So you've pushed it down. That's it. Now all you're doing is going from this. If you're going, bring it to the side, opening it up and taking that point and bringing it inwards so it meets that previous line. That's it. And then hopefully you should then be able to sort of close it up. And it's got this nice little tucked away tail now. Does that make sense? As I said as well, there's also videos, so you can always go back to that if you need to do a little bit more working on things. Great, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Well done. Thank you. You're welcome. So next we're going to do the head. So we're going to do it similar kind of height to the last piece. So again, I'm sort of pushing it in. And so that this is fairly horizontal, something like that. It's got a big head. We're going to have a smaller head like this. So it's kind of, yeah, horizontal head there. And we're going to try to give it a little cute beak and a little cute head. So everyone happy? We all there? Great. Lovely. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring this point back and then in again to be able to make effectively a little tiny, nice little kind of rounded head and a little beak. So to do that, going to, here's this pointy thing. We're now going to open it up and bring it back. So it's almost got a little thing. I know it's like the beak's going through the back of its head. It's not, it's just temporary, but it's like a little sort of Mohican. So this is like, this looks nice now for the head. Do you see? This is given a nice shape for that head. Then in a moment, we'll bring the beak back again. I am much less familiar with doing animals and things, but there's a nice element of variation in them. So yours will be a bit different from mine, whereas the more patterny things are a little bit more, could be a little bit more even. Saying that, I think the cherry blossom with the cutting was very unique, which is quite nice. And next, we're going to bring that beak back. So bringing it up, and again, it's sort of up to you where you bring it back to, but I've just brought it back so it sticks out there. It could be a little tiny beak, just to the point that comes back well. So it was sticking out back there, and I sort of brought it forward to a point that feels nice for me, but yours will be a bit different. I squashed it down. Has that worked? Excellent. Well done. Yep. Well, it's quite a big chicken, isn't it, actually? Maybe it's the perspective. Great. Excellent. Yay, we're getting there. That was the hard bit. We've done all the hard bit now. So next, we're going to take this bottom flap and bring it all the way up. So I guess it's come from those corners. That's right. And we can make this into a wing. So we could then take this side and fold it to the horizontal side. This is more definitely one, isn't it, for parents with children? I think it is quite a hard one for children, actually. So if Yoshini, you're doing very well, because this is hard to concentrate on, isn't it? There's a lot of steps, but you'll be super proud when you do it. So it was up there, and I took this side and I brought it to this line, and that's given it a bit of a wing there, which is lovely. Lovely. Oh, I like this very cute little beak you got there, Yoshini. It looks really nice. And the same again on the other side. So taking that flap all the way up.
Thank you.
And again, we can give it a nice little wing. So we can take this side, which is, I guess, closest to the head, and bring it down to the horizontal side. Like,
Ma'am, are you doing it in the opposite side?
oh, sorry.
Are you doing it in the opposite side? Another side?
Yes, and the same on the other side. Exactly. Yep. Great. Oh, can you do that again? Sorry. So the flap was down there, and I brought it all the way up to the top. And then the diagonal line that's closest to the head, I brought down to that horizontal line. And that's it. That's a wing. And it's the same for the other one. We're really close now. Done a lot of work. But next we need to make the egg. And it will involve a pair of scissors. Some more origami. Definitely. Excellent. That's looking brilliant. Yeah, and maybe later on, if you wanted to, you could decorate these things as well. Look at all those chickens. Exactly. Right. Have you got your scissors ready? So actually probably big ones are quite good. Right. So we're going to do a horizontal line. Can you see how we've got it? We're going to basically cut off there about halfway along. I'm turning it sideways for my cutting. Sorry. Basically along there. So halfway along. And that will then be the base that it sits on, like that. So it stands up rather nicely as well on that. And you're left over this. This will become your egg. It'll be a bit of a square egg, but it needs to be in order to work. Lovely, great. So let's work on the egg now. We've worked on the chicken. We've done a lot of work on the chicken. We're going to, so this little piece of paper that you've got, it's very cute. We're going to take the corner and fold it down to the bottom. And we're going to do that on each of these 4. This is why I chose a very big piece of paper to be able to show you. That's it. Again, on this side. And bring down to the middle. And turn it to the back. And it's the same thing. Bringing this tip down to the bottom. So you'll end up with something that's square. And yeah, it's a square egg. And the side, again, bringing it down. So it should end up looking like this. That is your egg, and that is your chicken. Yeah, what's the collective lots of chickens? There must be a collective word for that. I don't know what that is. Flock doesn't feel quite right, does it? There must be, yeah, there must be a good name for that. Right, are you all ready with your chicken and your egg? Yeah, so what happens is you can basically tuck it in. You see it's got these kind of little grooves. You can tuck it into one side of the neck, the tail, and then on the other one. So it's like that. And then you can then push it down so that no one can see. And then at some point you can wriggle your chicken around and it will suddenly plop out when you least expect. So I don't know if you managed to get it in there. Give it a wriggle. Will your chicken lay an egg? Oh, come on, chicken. The first time is the hardest. After that gets easier. It's a bit like having children too, probably. Oh, yay! Yay! So it's a really nice one. And again, actually, this could make a nice gift too, because it could go inside a card. I made a little card where I stuck this in the chicken and the egg coming out, but you could also, it's quite a nice thing to
My
send.
chicken laid an egg.
How did you get it in? So your little kind of square egg has these little grooves at the side, and it tucks in nicely between the tail and the head. I know it's all very three-dimensional, so it's kind of crazy. I'm trying to show you over this way, and then you should be able to push it in, push it down so it disappears, so no one would know, and then wriggle your chicken. You're sort of trying to get it to move a bit, and eventually it will. Come on, chicken! You can do it. You can do it, and it'll suddenly just. Oh, actually, I realize if I can see it coming out. It's a big one. Yay! That was about as slow as it gets. Yes, fantastic. Oh, honey, that's a perfect egg. From your golden egg. That's beautiful. Yeah, it will keep you out. It definitely keep you entertained. And I have just put that on as a video, so you can do it again, or if it hasn't worked, if there's anything there that can. It's lovely, isn't it? So playful and quite sophisticated too. It's lovely. Is your egg golden there as well, honey? That's lovely paper. Wow, well done. So that was the big Easter fold. Right, other treasures that we could do. We've just got a quarter of an hour. I will let you choose. One thing we could do is to make a love knot, which I've been really enjoying actually. You can write a little message, fold it up. To me, it looks like a little person giving themselves a hug as well. It felt kind of quite sweet and poignant that we could write a little wish and then fold it into a love knot. I've also found, because there's all these little tucks, if you make lots of them the same size, I found that I could start making all kinds of crazy sculptures with it too. Go really abstract. I want to keep going with that. So that it's almost a building block, and obviously it's about kind of wishing love, and you can write a little note there for yourself. So that's one option. We could definitely do that one. Or I could show you, again, this will be an up and coming fold at some point, how to make, we're not going to do it in time, but the unit for this is very simple. I've just been playing around, and this is something that I've discovered just by playing around. I call it complete circle, which feels quite appropriate because it's been a year, hasn't it? And there's actually 17 pieces in it, which is so curious. It's quite simple, the unit. So actually, I would easily be able to show you how to do that, but it would be something you'd have to continue yourself in order to complete the circle. So that's another option. Or the third option, to make a syringe. It's up to you. So there. Why don't you feel free to say or to put in the chat, what would you like to do? We've probably just got definitely the chance to do one of those, so I will with time be sharing all of them on YouTube. The circle exhaust, it is, isn't it? I would love to. Oh, love knot. Oh, love knot.
I think the
Option
circle.
one. So actually it's looking like the love knot, and I will be making a video as well for the full circle, the complete circle. So yeah, actually I think it would be nice. Great. You'll be fine. They were quite complicated folds that we've been doing for else, so don't be put off. You are learning. Be patient and kind with yourself. There will be videos for all of these things, so I am slowly making the videos, so you will be able to do it. Oh, the circle. Sorry, it's a bit of a dilemma there, but I will be for the next weekend, I will be sharing actually on the YouTube channel, Dr. Lizzie Burns on the YouTube channel, how to make the circle. So you can easily do that, definitely. Right, let's do the love knot because I think it's quite nice symbolism actually. So I want you to make a strip of paper actually. So this I've just got as a leftover scrap. Something like this in terms of dimensions. So we're making a strip. It's a bit different. Show you what sort of dimensions. Something a bit like this. Whoop, that was completely raggedy. Never mind. Oh, thank you. So a strip, really. I suppose not. Yeah. Sorry, for those of you who've got nice origami paper. Yeah, that looks good, Rose. I will also just put the YouTube channel in there because a few people have been asking. YouTube.com/Dr. Lizzie Burns. I've actually managed to get it a memorable name, so there you go. So your strip of paper, right? I reckon we should all write ourselves a little wish, a little hope. So if you can find a pen or paper, it could be for good health, it could be to see your family again, whatever you like. Write a little message to yourself, or for us all, because that will be at the heart of your little love knot. It's a little message. How long a strip? Yeah, it's just roughly. Don't worry, it's not too kind of mathematical, or it's just basically a longish strip. So don't do it too fat, don't do it too narrow, something like that, roughly. Just see those dimensions. Oh yeah, so the flowers, the cherry blossom. So if you look on my YouTube channel, you'll see it. So I've done that quite recently, so you'll definitely see that. Great. Happy? Have you all written yourself a little message? I'm not going to show you mine. Yeah, so you could also do this as a way of sending a little note of love to someone. They could actually open it up as well. So your little strip, with your message inside so no one can see it, you're going to fold it in half. So you're keeping the message on the inside. Yep. So I folded it inwards. I guess you can, yeah, send a little. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, to receive an envelope and this strange little thing. As you saw with this one, I just enjoyed colouring as well. So you could do some colouring. You could always open it up afterwards and do some colouring or patterns and see how that goes. Right, so to colour side on the outside if you, yeah, with the message in the inside. So we're going to fold it in half. As you can see, it's almost like a long card at the moment. So I've got the open end at the bottom. So we're going to just fold it in half. Yeah, and if you do lots of them the same size, as I said, you play around. You'll find that you can start building things, tucking one into the other. Who knows where it will lead you? Hours of fun. Next, happy? Great. So we're next going to take the side and we're going to bring it down vertically. Now we want to do it so that when we bring it down, it's about halfway through that midline. That makes sense. Hard to explain sometimes. So my midline is there in the middle again. I really don't know how to put that into words, but that was my midline and I took it down so it sort of crosses the middle line. So it's like that. That's it. Right, the shorter side we're going to bring back. So we're going to bring it back and bring it down. So we're bringing it back so that they line up together. And I know the different heights. It's meant to be different heights. Squashing it down like that. So hopefully, is it looking a bit like that? Great. Excellent.
Could you repeat the last step, please?
Yes, of course. So did you get that, Kristen, like that? Great. So this other one we're going to bring back to line up, but I'm going to take it backwards. That's it. So it's sort of back. You almost feel like you want to go forward, but it's not. It's going back. And they line up against each other. Did that work? Great. Excellent. Yep. And they're different heights. That's good. Right. We're not far off.
Ma'am, but mine is not in different size.
Oh, they're the same size.
Okay.
Oh, can you lower it down? Can I have a little look what you've done? Can you bring it down a little bit lower? Where your finger is, can you undo? So you've got them so they're both the same way around. No. So at the moment, if you open up, that's right. Oh, so you've got one that's kind of over the front. This one we want to bring to the back.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it is. So it has a tuck there. Oh, I don't know how to put this into words. I really don't. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. You can always snip off
Okay.
one end so that they match later on. If you snip origami, it'll be fine. Great. So we're going to take this long side and we're going to bring it up so it lines up there. So that longer side, we're going to take it up so it matches up with that line. You can see it's formed now the nice shape. Did that work? It's kind of like, it is a knot, isn't it, really, this, I suppose, with paper. I know it's rather lovely. From what I understand, a traditional one. I like this idea of sending a little love message, self-care message for us. So the final bit to get it all to hang together, brilliant, is we're going to take this long bit that at the moment it's all kind of open. We can bring it down. Oh, I think I need to see what I'm doing. We're going to take it and we're going to tuck it underneath, and that's it. It's then brought it together. So it was loose there. We're going to take it and tuck it underneath, so just reversing it, and it will just hopefully neatly sit together. I can imagine also maybe you could put a little thread through there and make this little decorate.
Once again. After this
Oh, brilliant, well done. Did it come
I have
together?
done it
And it
so
fits quite nicely. It feels like a little hug. And you could, you know, another time we can undo it later on and start colouring it in and adding. Oh, lovely. Well done, Margaret. Oh, you're a good multitasker, aren't you? It's a good idea. Then you've got one you can undo and one you can be complete. Is that the idea? That's great. Oh, well done, May's house. Excellent. Oh, and that's lovely colours, aren't they? So, and you know, if they're the same size, you'll find that they can start tucking into each other as well. So I've just started experimenting, see where it takes you. There's no real right or wrong. Yeah. Actually, we've got 5 minutes. I may be able to show you really quickly how to do the unit for the complete circle. Would you like that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's really simple. I can't believe nobody else has discovered this. So obviously we're not going to do them all, but I can show you how to make 2 little units. They would all need to be the same size if you're going to make a complete circle. So this is it when it comes together, and it's like a little bud. It's like all the little petals are facing inwards. The same thing. I don't know if you can just about. It's a bit small. But up there's a sort of ones which look like flowers, and it's from the same thing. And it depends whether the petals go inwards or outwards. So it's made me think of spring. So you probably don't want to do something too big. So just 2 little squares that are matching. Yeah. So this is just a real quick one, just as a nice little complete circle. Feels appropriate, doesn't it? With spring emerging again, and how much we enjoyed and we're thankful for nature last year at this time, and how much it reassures us again. And paper is all natural material, really. Obviously, humans' ingenuity to make it into paper, but essentially we're dealing with a nice natural material. So for the one that I did, 17 units, I managed to find pieces of paper which were different colours. Or you can get shading and do 17. I think it could be, I find it incredibly kind of meditative to put together. So I'm just making 2 little matching squares. So that's what I recommend that you do. And then you end up with a diagonal line, which is good because we're going to use that. And it's super simple. I think the thing I found most fascinating is it's 17 units come together to make this perfection, which is a beautiful prime number. I'm not a mathematical person, but I'm sure that the feeling that somehow you can't just divide it in half makes it even more pleasing. Great. So have you got two? Because that way you'll feel how they come together. Great. This is just like a little sneaky tucking something else in as an extra treasure of care for you before the end of this session. So this is actually inspired by traditional duck. I've been playing around with traditional bird folds and then seeing what happens. So I took a side and I'm bringing it to the midline. You will be amazed how simple this is. And the same on the other side. So you might as well do this for both pieces of paper while you're there. So this is a very simple fold. Again, take your time. And then the other side too. So they come together like so. Two pieces like that. Yeah. So it's been very different designing something like a syringe where I had a definite idea. This, I had no idea what I was doing, and I just saw what happened. Recommend it. It's yeah, it really isn't rocket science. It is about being just playful. So now if you turn to the back to the smooth side, all I want you to do is to fold it in half. You're taking it and folding it up to the top like so, so that they touch each other. Lovely. And now folding it back. And what you've got there is you've got two little slots and you've got two pieces of paper. That is it actually for the basis for this. So we'll do that again with the second piece. Turning it to the back, to the smooth side, folding it in half. So actually what I've been doing, I've come up with loads of different things from this one very simple fold, just doing things at different heights, and that radically affects what you can make. Again, turning it to this side, bringing it back. And again, you've got this nice little pocket. So I can show you just with these two, which look to me almost like little buds as well. They look like little, almost rosebuds, very, very simple ones. And you can push one into the other. You can feel your tongue come out because of the concentration. And just shuffling them around, hopefully it will sort of come together. And it's almost this jaggedy edge of the inside bit of the petal that forms this lovely inside to it. Keep going. 17, you'll end up with a complete circle. Yay, that is it. It's simple, isn't it? But really lovely, and it all balances together. It does seem to be new, so that's really exciting. It would still be your discovery anyway. And I have to say, I think with folding origami, for you, it's a discovery, and that is always creativity, and it's your own sense of achievement. Yeah, because it's quite hard, isn't it? Oh, fantastic, May. So I hope you can keep going with your full circle.
Hi, can you please show how to join this again?
Sure. So what was that? How to join it?
Yes.
Yes. So if you have them the same way round.
Can you please show how to join this again?
Yep. So here are
Okay.
the two pieces. Make sure that they're the same way round. And
Yeah.
there's kind of like two prongs on one side and there's two slots on the other. So you can put one into the other and get them so that they're lined up, and that's it. Is that working?
Is this correct?
That's correct, yes. And I know it doesn't look like it'll form a circle. I had no idea what would happen.
Thank
but
you.
with time, if you do 17, it will build up to make something like this. The inside.
No, I can
Thank
get that.
Yeah. And you could do shading, or people said they might write things in it, or you can just keep it simple white. So yes, well done. We've done loads, haven't we? If you'd like to write any messages or say anything about how this has made you feel, how's it helped, all feedback is all really valuable, really appreciated. Any ideas to improve things, anything you want to say. So if you could put that now in the chat box, I'd really appreciate that. Yeah. And yeah, I will also put this, I hope that's okay, onto my YouTube channel, just so if anybody's missed it. I just thought it would be nice to capture, because they've been so special, these sessions. We wouldn't have anything to look back on, and I just wanted to mark this time as a complete circle over this time. So yeah.
Sorry, I don't think I got that last fold right.
Oh, let's have a look. Where are you? Is that Margaret? Who is it? Yes, that's right. Yep, you have.
So that's supposed to be like that, is it?
Hold them the same way round as each other. Can you see I've got them the same way round as each other? And there's a sort of two prongy bits, and there's two pockets on the other one, and that's it. So it's kind of a little bit of a shuffle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and so they line up together, and it's kind of a nice
Like
little shuffle. And you'll find there's a tiny little gap, and there's a tiny little. It adds up to make it beautiful. Does that make sense, Margaret?
It does now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Just come from doing it. So if you've got any feedback, anything you want to say, and I really hope that we'll be. As you know, I'm offering anyway a session every week through YouTube and live folds at Wednesday at 2. And I'm really hopeful that I'll be able to get some more projects to be able to offer more again monthly. It may also involve science and art, we'll see, but keep your eyes peeled. But just tiny little break I think is also healthy too, so that we don't feel like it's just this continuous, but then we can look forward to something new as well. But it's just been so lovely to meet you all. I don't know about you, but it felt like this big kind of origami family, and that we're all here, all ages together. It's really special, really appreciated. Thank you for all your kindness. I hope it's felt like a really safe connecting space that we've just enjoyed being together.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. And my suspicion is that we will keep doing a lot of things online, which I think is really good, because actually with origami it's quite hard with a big group anyway, because it involves being quite close. So this is actually very good. And until it is okay to get really close, which I don't think it will be for a little while, then I would have thought this is a better way to offer, and very accessible, because you can be at home or be in another country, and it's nice to feel together and to feel relaxed and safe at home. So so I hope to offer lots of things. Thank you for all your messages there, that's really appreciated. And
Happy Easter.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. It's been a joy to offer this to you today. Thank you, everyone.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter, Lisa.
Oh, thank you. Happy chocolate eating. And enjoy
Happy Easter.
Very nice.
It's that time to celebrate new life, isn't it? And hope that it brings. And keep well. I really hope you can all get vaccines soon as well. That's the way that gets our body to protect itself. If you look on my YouTube, I've also been doing the origami antibodies and syringes. I'm a scientist originally, so I have to, the only good thing about this time is I've just loved that there's been so much science, and what a difference science makes. I'm a little bit strange on that one, but I just find the natural world is so fascinating, and how we can be affected by something so tiny, and also the hope of our body, the hope of science, also how astonishing something so small is. They're actually very beautiful. It's a bit like pieces of modular origami as well. I think the more that we're curious and interested in things, it makes the world a better place, doesn't it? Oh yes, of course. Yes, please please do share as well. Listen, that'd be amazing.
Subscribe.
Right, so keep up the folding, and if you wanted to share anything that you folded as well, just encourages people. That's a community. I'm on Twitter, Dr. Lizzie Burns. I tend to share quite a bit there, so if you happen to use that. On Facebook, I've set up a group which is called what was it called? Join the Fold. Join the Fold. Origami to beat boredom. Right, so I put that in as well. There we go. So that there are ways that you can share through social media if you wish to. I'm on Instagram as well. I'm not so good on there, but Dr. Lizzie Burns too. So yeah. So, thank you. Shall we just give one last wave with our creations? And yeah, hold up your best.
Yeah, it's nice.
Beautiful to see. Thank you. Oh wow,
Yeah.
Annette, you've got on really well with a complete circle. That's brilliant. Oh, honey, look at that golden hair. Julie, they're gorgeous. Margaret, well
Have a
done.
good day.
Yay. Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye
Bye, everyone.
bye.